Hey guys, hope everything's going well. You guys know that drill. Smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't, comment down below. Follow me on Instagram at AIH underscore sports. Follow me on my finance channel at AIH Finance. Okay, so today I'm going to be talking about what the positive crowd does not understand or what they fail to acknowledge. And once again, I'll say this again. If you are a positive person, you're running a business, entrepreneurial, those guys are going to be very successful. You see it, someone like a Jeff Wilson or a curator, why they are successful in their own careers is because they are very positive, optimistic, etc., right? And that's all well and good. Now, when it comes to collectibles, right? And obviously people want to speculate, invest, etc., which is fine. There's nothing wrong with it. The only issue that I have is the hanky-panky and the fraud. That's what gets me. Whether you're a collector, whether you are a speculator, or you're a combination of both, you may be skewed to one side or the other. You may be more of a collector, or then you may be more of a speculator. Whatever it is, it's all fair and well. And you need both, in my opinion, for the markets to work. And if you want to throw in the flipper category as well, which is more of a short-term speculator, okay? Investor may be a long-term investor, okay? So what I've noticed about people in the industry and also people that are influencers, they always talk about positivity. And the collectibles market is completely different than that, okay? First of all, being positive in a market that is very, in my opinion, illiquid meaning that there's huge spreads between the bid, the buy, and then the ask, which is, the selling price. If there's a huge margin or a huge variation, that is illiquid in my opinion. That doesn't mean that you cannot transact in an illiquid market. That's just how it is, right? I've traded in liquid markets, like an Apple stock, or illiquid market in some options, right? Back in the day, I dabbled in some dumb penny stocks, right? Illiquid. And it could be pumped and dumped on forums online. Now, I remember seeing this video by Curator. I think it was last week. They were talking about me. And he was talking about his same speech about negative trolls, this and that. The other thing that I noticed is he talked about this Star Wars transaction. And he said that, hey, there's this refractor selling for $15,000. It's a private sale. I can't talk too much about it. I remember him talking about that. And it eventually will come out. Okay, so PSA 9 sale, okay? And he said that, well, a higher grade or something along the line should be $30,000. Now the question is, how can you come up with that valuation based on that one sale? Remember, it's not you like you have, for instance, Apple stock. I always reference, you have millions of shares traded on a daily basis. So people can use technical analysis to try to determine price, future price, right? Doesn't mean that they're going to be right, but they could use a science behind it. And in terms of illiquid market like this, where you don't have too many sales, how do you know what the future market value is going to be? And this is one of my critiques of all these positive people, because what they say is that, hey, if you are negative, that is bad for pricing and that is bad for the hobby. I don't view it that way. In markets, you need bulls and you need bears. You need people with different opinions, and that's how you get price discovery. In this illiquid market, if the industry and influencers are telling people or their audience that, hey, someone is negative, they're bad for the hobby, they're bad for pricing, in my opinion, this is more of a fragile argument because they are depending on trying to influence people that, hey, these guys are bad for the hobby, they're bad for pricing. I actually welcome all types of opinions. And the reason is that's how you determine the price. Now, once again, the criticism of this collectibles market that I have is there's not enough transactions going around. It's illiquid. No volume, in my opinion. And this is the number one issue. And people from the industry, like I said, influencers, they don't want to discuss these issues. And they don't want to discuss these issues because they realize, or some may not even understand, that this is a whole different market than everything else out there. And the other notion to look at, I've stated this numerous times, the collectibles market, precious metals, they are subject to interest rate risk. I specifically look at the 10-year TIPS yield, right? When that yield is very positive, there's going to be probably bearish sentiment and prices are going to come down like they have right now. And I view it as at least a short-term buying opportunity for my own PC and cards to speculate in. So, you know, it is what it is. So whenever these influencers or guys in the industry saying, oh, these negative people are bad for the hobby, just remind them that they have a very fragile argument, right? Going back to Nassim Taleb, fragile versus anti-fragile. I personally want, like I said, everyone to weigh in on it, right? No one should be dismissed with their opinion. Obviously, some arguments may not have any basis to what they're saying, or it may not have any validity to the argument. But once you shut down someone like me, right, or you say you're negative, troll, bad for the hobby, and not even addressing this topic, you have to ask yourself, why doesn't the industry talk about that? In my opinion, the industry wants you to buy at all times at the top when prices are not the best for you to collect or you to invest in, speculate in, etc., flip, right? I remember this from the gold and silver days where I used to cover a lot of what was going on. And the dealers, they want you to buy at all prices, and they're going to make up all these stories. They're going to use, in my opinion, terrible marketing tactics to drive you in at the wrong moments. But the reality is, for you as a collector, for you as a speculator, or if you're a combination of both, the time to buy, in my opinion, is when prices are depressed and when sentiment is very negative. And also, you have to remember, this is an illiquid market. Just because you have an influencer saying that the next sale should be $30,000 over higher grade, you don't know, right? And these markets could be pushed way higher, way lower, and that's because not enough volume of transactions. And guess what? Some of these transactions may be fake, right? When you see record sales by some of these applications or some of these Instagram posts, always question, hey, has this been paid, etc.? Is this a real sale, right? Not enough questioning about this. And I think this is another slimy marketing tactic set forth by the industry, right? But once again, you are responsible for your own decisions, but you have to be aware that this type of stuff goes on, okay? Anyways, guys, let me know what you think. Remember to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't, comment down below, guys. Thank you. Bye.